We just got some absolutely breaking news. Right as the Denver Broncos missed out on Aaron Rodgers, it seems like they had a backup plan in their back pocket, a trade that absolutely sends shockwaves into the NFL landscape. You can just tell, man, I'm so excited about this because it's been an absolutely nuts day of NFL news. Before we get to the content, make sure you subscribe and turn on our notifications to enter for a chance to win $500. On top of that, we're giving away $500 to one of our followers on Instagram, where you can find shorts of the content that we posted today as well as on our TikTok. Now that we get all that out of the way, break! As we move towards the future, there's way better ways and more efficient ways to do things. And one of those things is your banking. Personally, I really never liked the bank because I felt like the bank was trying to come up with sleazy ways to take money out of my wallet as fast as possible. They'll charge me $35 for overdraft fees. They'll charge me just for having a checking and savings account. And that honestly rubbed me the wrong way because I felt like my bank should have my back, which is why I partnered with Albert. Albert is completely different from any bank account that you've ever used. It actually feels like they have your back because they help you save automatically. Albert tries to look at your income and your expenses and tries to figure out ways that you could save your money, as opposed to banks that try to siphon money out of you. They give 5 to 20% cash back on places like McDonald's and Starbucks, and they're willing to give you up to $250 whenever you need it. In addition to spotting you $250 whenever you need it, Albert is willing to pay you up to 2 days early, which can go a long way if you have a big investment to make or a big financial decision coming your way. Let's say you're new to the world of personal finance. Well, Albert has your back there as well, because Albert has a feature called Genius, which is a team of experts that they call geniuses that will look at your situation and help you make a plan and answer any questions that you have if you get stuck. And for a limited time, when you open up a checking account and connect a qualifying direct deposit, if you use my promo code Mikerophone, you'll get $150. Or you can just go to albert.com/microphone, open up a checking account, connect a qualifying direct deposit, and you'll get $150. And thank you, Albert, for sponsoring today's video. Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's going on, everybody? I want to open this video by giving a huge shout out to each and every one of my incredible followers that tagged me on Twitter, notifying me of this insane news. I want you guys to know that you guys are what makes this channel possible. You guys have been keeping me up to date and keeping me honest, and I really appreciate each and every one of you guys for supporting me. Guys, originally when we started out today, we all woke up to some absolutely game-changing news from Aaron Rodgers himself, where he said that he was going to return to the Green Bay Packers. In that video, I kind of said it didn't really make a lot of sense. With all due respect to Aaron Rodgers, maybe he was feeling very sentimental about his decision. That's why he decided to stay with his buddies on the Green Bay Packers, stay with Devontae Adams, Matt LaFleur, David Bakhtiari, Randall Cobb. He finally got the respect that he was yearning for with the Green Bay Packers, and ultimately that was the man's decision. Now, this kind of left us wondering, so what do the Denver Broncos do at this point? Because I've been saying this all off season long, their eggs were all in on the Aaron Rodgers basket. They wanted Aaron Rodgers. That was their plan A. They hired Nathaniel Hackett. They passed on an opportunity to draft a quarterback in last year's QB deep draft. They passed on Mac Jones and Justin Fields, and although Patrick Surtain ended up being a beast, you could just tell that they were hoping to get a big fish quarterback, swing for the fences, and get themselves a former Pro Bowler or a future Hall of Famer. So when Aaron Rodgers decided to join the Green Bay Packers, it seems like those hopes were dashed, right? I mean, after all, if you look at Jerry Jeudy's tweet, his reaction to the situation isn't necessarily the greatest. He was very annoyed at the fact that Aaron Rodgers decided to stay with the Green Bay Packers. Well, that's not the case anymore, because it seems like the Denver Broncos fired back with a huge move of their own, because according to Adam Schefter, a true blockbuster trade was made. After weeks of negotiations in one of the largest trades in NFL history, the Seattle Seahawks and Denver Broncos have agreed to terms for a deal involving Super Bowl winning quarterback Russell Wilson. The trade is pending a physical and Wilson's approval. This is kind of funny, man, because literally 6 days ago, you have Pete Carroll saying we have no intention of trading Russell Wilson, which is why typically whenever a head coach says something or whenever a player indicates what their intentions are to the media, I kind of will occasionally be skeptical of what they are saying, but this trade is absolutely huge. Now, Adam Schefter continues to say that this trade gives Denver the quarterback it has sought since Peyton Manning retired, and it gives Seattle a foundation on which to rebuild without the quarterback who led the Seahawks to their only Super Bowl title. But I think my favorite tweet out of this entire situation was Adam Schefter tweeting out that Denver acquiring Russell Wilson has nothing to do with the Aaron Rodgers decision to return to Green Bay. Denver general manager George Patton initiated trade talks with Seattle for Wilson at least 2 weeks ago, per sources. Now, you might be wondering, what are the exact details of this trade? Bear in mind that Russell Wilson had to waive his no trade clause to make this bad boy happen. The official trade is the Seattle Seahawks are trading Russell Wilson and a 4th round pick, and they're getting Drew Lock, Noah Fant, Shelby Harris, 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks, and a 5th round pick in return. This is an insane trade for both sides. First of all, the Seattle Seahawks are getting a Jamal Adams-like return for their trade.
Jamal Adams, I'm the best in the nation. 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 I'm the best in the nation.
The immediate thing that I'm thinking is are the first round picks going to be for this year and next year, and the second round picks from this year, which includes the Denver Broncos acquisition of the LA Rams pick as well that they got as a result of the Von Miller trade, or what years are these picks in? That's the very first thing I think, but to be honest, I think this is a home run trade for both sides. The Denver Broncos needed to go all in right now, considering the remarkable team that they had. Yes, obviously they lose Noah Fant, which I'm personally very high on. The Denver Broncos, like I've said multiple times, have the 5th highest cap space in the entire NFL. They have Jerry Jeudy, Tim Patrick, Cortland Sutton already as their wide receiver core. They have $39 million of cap space. Well, this is before the Russell Wilson trade. I am unsure how the Russell Wilson trade affects their salary cap space, if I'm being honest. But they also have room to improve. Just yesterday, you had Von Miller flirting with the Denver Broncos, saying that he would like to return to Denver. No, he straight up said it. There's this picture of him on Instagram saying, I wonder if they'll give me my old jersey back. There's this other video where he said,
man, y'all stop that, man. I wouldn't tease y'all like that, man. I wouldn't tease y'all like that, man. It's real, man. First time ever getting free agent, man. And I'm just sitting back on the beach, man, waiting on it, man. Broncos country, what's up?
He also tweeted about it multiple times. I mean, it just doesn't get more obvious than him saying, hey, I want to come back to the Denver Broncos, which I also think is pretty funny because he literally dips from Denver, goes to the LA Rams, wins a Super Bowl with the LA Rams, gets the Denver Broncos some additional capital in the event that he does return to the Denver Broncos, and now the Broncos are probably the team that could pay him the most, especially when you compare him to the LA Rams. So I do think the Broncos are in a situation where they could get Von Miller back. I don't know if they want to pay him the amount. I don't know how much they're willing to pay him, but Von Miller's value definitely went up as a result of his tremendous year over this past year, averaging 9.5 sacks in a year where most people thought that he might be done. But I digress. Let's discuss Russell Wilson. For the Denver Broncos, they get a quarterback that can without a doubt sling the rock. They put Russell Wilson in a situation where he is definitely going to thrive. I mean, you have Javonte Williams. You have that remarkable wide receiver core that I mentioned before. You have Nathaniel Hackett, who is an incredibly passionate head coach, and you have Russell Wilson, whose main gripe with Pete Carroll was the fact that they wouldn't let Russ cook. For the Seattle Seahawks, I would be just as excited, if not even more excited, because they sell high on a quarterback that, in my opinion, I didn't think they could win with anymore. And this is nothing against Russell Wilson. It's just when you look at the team, it just became apparent that the relationship has run its course. Russell Wilson was a potential trade candidate in an offseason where there weren't really great options in the NFL draft either. And he's coming off of a season where he's still very efficient. 25 touchdowns to 6 interceptions, 65% completion percentage, over 3,000 yards passing in 14 games. This man could still sling the rock. He's in a situation where he will probably have an offense cater to him in the sense that he will get the opportunity to cook and sling the rock as much as he wants. And I'm absolutely happy for him because now the AFC West is going to contain Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert, Derek Carr, and Russell Wilson. Now for the Seattle Seahawks, I love this trade for them. I absolutely think this is a huge steal for them. This is the equivalent of selling high on a player when you're supposed to sell high on a player. I mean, they get back 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks, and a 5th-round pick. They get out of Russell Wilson's inflated contract. They get Drew Lock, which I'm assuming they're just going to trot Drew Lock out there this year, and they're probably not going to be a very good team at that if you really think about it. I really doubt they're going to be much of a free agent destination as well, but this is a remarkable opportunity to jumpstart their rebuild. When you have this many assets and this many picks, you're going to be back sooner than you actually think. I mean, it's either keep Russell Wilson and be mediocre in one of the most competitive divisions in the NFL, where you're sharing a division with the Arizona Cardinals, LA Rams, and San Francisco 49ers. The other 3 teams made it to the playoffs and you didn't. This relationship ran its course. I think it was a remarkable move for the Seattle Seahawks and a very smart move to decide to trade Russell Wilson. Now, if you're going to roast the Denver Broncos for trading for Russell Wilson, you have to understand that they may have given this haul to the Green Bay Packers to get Aaron Rodgers, who is currently 39 years old. One would assume that you'll be able to have Russell Wilson for a little bit longer than you'd be able to have Aaron Rodgers. That's at least my assumption. Obviously, Russell Wilson's more of a scrambling QB, and they tend to have their careers end a little bit sooner. But in my opinion, you're getting a younger QB and a quarterback that is extremely hungry to carve out his own legacy. I think this is a huge win for both sides. Now we're going to keep our eyes on Von Miller who just posted another picture onto his Instagram story of him smoking cigars with Courtland Sutton on a golf course. The NFL is absolutely lit right now, man. This is so much freaking fun. I'm going to keep you guys posted on any other information that we get in regards to this situation. Aside from that, I'm your boy Mike. I'm dropping our mic until our next upload.